Thank you. Thank you so much. It's an honor and a privilege to be here, especially having a good friend in Tracy that I've had so long, and also my business partner. But I'm here to kind of let you know that Tracy behind the scenes is a beast. I think y'all know that, right? Works very hard, but one thing he's been consistent with is saying that, hey, I want to build something that I can help my community where I grew up in. I came all the way from Dallas, Texas. Actually, we came back from Houston because Tracy also has a show, and I want y'all all to write all this down too, so everybody take notes. Go to YouTube, right? You look up Playbook Investors Network, and you'll see Tracy's show, which is PN Global News on YouTube. You'll learn a lot from it. Tracy has a lot of people that are subject matter expert talking about business plans, succession plans, key man insurance, audited financials, and also understanding what you really got to have to get to the next level, because you do have a lot of financial assistance, a lot of banks, a lot of private investors, looking at debt funds, private equity funds, bank money, alternative financing. And in case you don't know what alternative financing is, it's factoring. Because when you have a company, sometimes you can't sustain yourself, as you know, to make those payments to your employees. So you got to go out and get more money to continue to take care of your employees so you can keep that going. But I want to also let y'all know that with Playbook Investors Network, that's for the business community that already has business. So you have designations that some of you may know and some of you may not know. You got designations as a minority business, a woman-owned business, a government business, a LGBTQ business, and then you have disadvantaged business on the government, the 7A, 8A, 504 businesses. Also, there's, majority businesses. So you have businesses on the ground. You have business in your community that's here, that's available, that really want to talk to you. But they want to make sure that, A, if they give you the contract, that you can scale the business, you can grow the business, you can do what you say you can do. So things have changed, society's changed, and now, for you all, more entrepreneurship now. This is an entrepreneurship society, entrepreneurial society now. So a lot of kids got to get a lot of training. And Tracy's like, we got to put some things on the ground here in my community that I can train these younger kids to understand how to get in business. The same things that the panel is discussing. And you should be happy. And I know everybody here is serious, because to be here with this panel, this is real. This is something real who believes in you and trying to give things back. So I would challenge everybody to do what Coach said. Go out to YouTube, go to TED, there's a lot of resources that you can do within yourself and on your own that you don't really have to just be in a meeting, because you might have a business, you can't go to those meetings all the time because you got to continue to grow your business. But go to www.playbookinvestorsnetwork.com if you have a business and you're trying to gain access to capital. And quickly, I'll tell you a little bit about what that is that Tracy's been involved with for the last 8 years. And a lot of people don't know this, but he's built a system that helps businesses scale and grow. And we help you with your business plans, your succession planning, your key man insurance, your audited financials, all those things you need, your websites, your apps. If you need a consultant, you need an attorney, you need a CPA, all that stuff is in the ecosystem, because we realize that a lot of companies didn't have the time to go around the country to go to all the trade shows and be involved in that, so we try to make it where you can do it at home. But on the backside of it, what was important from his influence, we brought in a lot of investors. We were working with Fifth Third Bank. I think Fifth Third Bank is here in Florida as well. But they're trying to put $30 billion on the ground in the next 3 years. For you to access that kind of money, you got to get it right. So we have major investors. I think now we have currently 50 independent bankers, over 10,000 institutional investors at $50 million and above. And you're like, wow. Now I'm getting this because of Tracy, so don't let me fool you. This is about Tracy. They want to talk to him and they want to get involved with him and all of his peers to try to educate, how do you gain access to capital. And then as it relates to a lot of active entertainers, some have done well and some haven't done so well, and we have to educate them that the liquidity that you have, you can own businesses in your backyard, in your own community. The same thing that he's doing, that's why he's such a brand, to teach all the other younger guys, how can we own businesses in our backyard? How can we own a part of that coke plant that's in your backyard where he grew up? you know, to do those types, because you got vendors. And Coke is going to have vendors that's going to work for them. So there's an opportunity. So I'm just going to challenge everybody in the room, understand your craft, work hard at it, go out like Coach said, go to YouTube, go to TED, find out the resources that you need to tap into. And if you're an entrepreneur, it's a startup business, you just need to really figure out what you really want to do. You know, it's tough to start a business if you don't have the capital and you get out front, get out ahead of yourself, you can lose your business. So you have to do the right things. If you understand what you want to do and you want to get to the next level, then you got to be prepared to do the work and put in the time. And it's a privilege to be here with Auburndale, the family here. Tracy talks about so much. So you have a star person here that's really trying to uplift this community. So I thank you for having me. Thank you, Mike, for being my partner. And that's it.
All right, thank you, thank you. All right, now, I'm gonna come around the crowd. We're gonna ask that those who have questions, please raise your hand. We have another maybe 20, 30 minutes, and you know, if you have a question you want to specifically direct to an individual, we would definitely want that as well. And at this time, we'll do that, and we'll also have another guest speaker that we'll close with. One moment. Yes, sir. How you doing? What is your name? What's your question?
Derek, High Point Bank. My question is for Mr. Tinsley. Work hard is always advice given, but how important is rest and reflection in your entrepreneurial life?
Rest and reflection. Well, working hard is, as you mentioned, is very key. It's extremely important. Rest, recharging your battery is obviously very important. And reflection, having belief and believing in the higher power and blessings is all part of that makeup also. So you've got to understand how to portion it, how to gauge when to rest, how to gauge your time, and that's not an easy thing. It's not for everyone. So you know, understanding what you're personally are capable of doing, and how far you can go, and how much you push yourself is an understanding. So that plan that was mentioned earlier, business plan, planning your day out, planning your schedule out is very important. How you put all that into the works, because you got to work hard. There's no way around that. The fruits come to those who really put in the time and effort. So I don't know if that answers your question, but it's a personal thing. It's something that works for you that may not work for someone else, but you've got to figure out where that works for you. You got to have. I agree. You got to have all three.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jesse Tyler, and I'm a teacher, and I just want to say thank you very much for putting this on. This is amazing. Brandon Giles Consulting, good job. And also to Tanisha for the work that you do with the children. It's really awesome for you guys to make those sacrifices coaching. I really appreciate it being a teacher. And I'm looking at starting an educational project here in Auburndale. I'm wondering what you feel the main role of education and growing education in Auburndale for these guys. How do you see that role coming in the future of Auburndale's growth?
Anyone?
There's no question it all starts there in education. And you know, you look at, I heard mentioned in Tracy's backyard, the Coca-Cola facility. The Coca-Cola facility in Auburndale is the largest Coke facility in the world, built from the ground up, right here in Auburndale. And one of the things that as we were sitting down and meeting with the Coke officials before they built that facility, they asked the questions about our schools. They wanted to know what the quality and the level of our education was. And then we turn around and on our front door, even though it sits in our neighboring city of Lakeland, we have the Florida Polytechnic University and the STEM programs that are coming out of that. You can see where the shift is headed. The demand on education is still there, and we've got a lot of troubles there in our education system here. the funding that needs to go to education and make education work for all of us. It's so important. But as to where when I hear someone that wants to jump in and insert something into that program that makes it even better, we're on your side. Because it's what really is the start of all of this. It's taking, no one in this room can be that successful if you didn't have that ground, the grounding that you learned from day one, from first grade on up. And that's so important. So we look forward to hearing about your interest.
Education is very important to our business, because if you can't add, subtract, you can't run the register, right? If you can't read the menu, if you can't read the recipes, if you can't read the brands, then you might poison somebody. You might get someone sick. So education is, having a good education is very important to us. We actually partnered with the schools, and we have teachers that actually come in and shadow some of our management team to understand what we do, so that they can go back and teach in the culinary programs, etc., so we can get good employees, quite frankly. Because you come into our business, anywhere, any of our restaurants, and your pants are hanging down too low, we'll pull them up. If your hair is not cut, or if you're not dressed appropriately, then we're going to let you know. And you either make a choice or you go away. And there's several of you out there that are teachers right now that understand what I mean. So it's a two-way street. There's a partnership between education and business, and the business community where we work together to better each other. Being a former school teacher, I understand that dilemma and that next step. So good luck.
And to follow up, I'm so glad to see the collaboration between business and education. It's time for educators to get out of their bubble and go out into the business and try to get partnerships. I mean, what George is doing with the schools, there's career academies throughout this county, and we are aligning the county with educators and with businesses. So, we have to, these young kids over here, we have to get them excited about education. We have to show them why they would want to do math, because when they go to George's cash register, they're going to have to count change. They're going to have to give that out. So we want them to know that there is a purpose for their education. So we're wanting to collaborate, and we want every business in this room, contact your school, or in your schools go out and contact your businesses to form these partnerships. Denisha.
Yes, it is very important for our boys, because a lot of the children come from different counties, different places. They travel from school to school. And now in Arvindale, there's a program called the Real Academy, which has helped us tremendously. Children are behind, and there's grades 2 and 3 grades behind. It is important to have individuals that can partner up and assist the children with getting back on track. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. If you do want to ask a question, please have your hand up. I'll make my way to the other side of the room here shortly.
I underwrite large dollar loans for high-net-worth clients and businesses. And I wanted to just kind of circle back around on traditional bank financing, because we kind of jumped around it. But as an underwriter, the best thing that an entrepreneur could do for me and to make my job easy is to really get your personal finances in order. Get your house cleaned up, that speaks volumes. Have a really strong character, because I Google every single client that comes across my desk. We want to know who you're associated with. Have a really strong team. It makes me nervous to see a one-man shop. So I want to know what your contingency plan is. Who are your partners? Who are you working with? Who are your advisors? Who do you go to for advice? I'm going to ask those kind of questions. Do you understand the business? Do you know the lingo? I'm going to ask you really specific questions, and it's going to make me more comfortable giving you money if you know your stuff. So just know it. Know it. We talk a lot about passion and drive, but you've got to have the smarts to go behind it. It speaks volumes, because I don't know anything about you. I don't know how good you are. I can easily read your financial statements, but the assumption is that you're an entrepreneur and you don't have the background. So I have to rely on all I give you the money. And the bank wants to get the money. A lot of people are afraid of traditional bank financing, who want to get the money out. But you've got to be the kind of client that I'm going to change. So that would be mine. I've been with SunTrust Bank for 11 years.
I was gonna suggest everyone that wants to be an entrepreneur needs to get her business.
Awesome, thank you. That was great. What's up, brother?
I just want to say congratulations to Tracy. I'm from a whole different world than most people that's in here. I just came here to support him because I've watched him for years, and very humble and never let the fame and money change them. That's why I'm here. And me and my crew, we just came from Haiti 4 days ago. We built like 4 schools in Haiti, and there's a lot of things that's going on in Haiti. And as far as business, Mr. Tinsley, I just want to ask you, how do you keep the family and friends, like people from coming to your, like asking for free chicken? Like, no, seriously, when you're successful, it's like, I can't say no to nobody, man. And I just want to know how you keep friends. Like, I have my family, my bodyguards, my friends. I bought like 30 tickets to go to Haiti, man. It's like, how do you say no to no free chicken? How do you keep the professional business to family? That's really important to me, man, because I can't help everybody, man. I just need your help to tell me.
No free chicken.
Just say no.
That's simple, bro.
Yeah, it is, but it is what you bring up is a real problem in a number of different ways. And any of you thinking about getting into business and going out there and you've got family. All I can say is the rest you talk about, it's rest. And you're going to have to deal with it because people in the family just do not understand. Do not understand. The very first day you get into business, you're going to have somebody show up and say, I need something. Can you give me something? You owe me something. You made it, you owe me something. And that's just that no, you have to learn how to say it with a smile on your face and walk them out the door. It's going to happen. Fortunately, I have a wife of 45 years that says go real easy. She practices it. But it's going to happen. If you're getting out there, somebody's coming with hands out.
Yeah, I'll piggyback on that. As you can imagine, over the years, 20 years in the game, my first contract, my first job ever was the NBA. Never worked a day in my life. And my first check was the $500,000 that I received before I even took the ball. Fresh out of high school, I signed a $12 million deal, right? It's all published. Everybody knows how much money T-Mac makes. Family knows they're the worst. Some family that I've never even met in my life, but they're my cousins, they're nephews, and nieces. I never seen these people in my life, but me, I'm a generous guy, and I know, where I come from, how tough it is coming out of this city. The opportunities for us are very limited, and there's so many guys that I've come up with that basically they didn't pan out to be what they wanted to be, right? And I brought a lot of people along, and I've taken guys to places that they dreamed of, and they actually got to live those dreams. I'm talking about private jets, living in the best hotels, on the best islands, experiencing that life. Like I did that for a bunch of my guys because I wanted them to see that, because I know they probably never would have experienced that if it wasn't for me. However, them taking advantage of that, thinking, they could come to me at any given time and ask me for loans. Now, I've given a lot of my buddies some money to help them out, to see what they could do with it. But, they didn't have the smarts to expand that. Family members, I've given a lot of family members money, and we continue to give them money, but it got to a point where as I got older, mind you, I came in this game at 18 years old, right? I was 18 years old and I was a freaking millionaire. I was a millionaire and I didn't know any better, so I was generous and I wanted to help people out. But as I got older, I basically knew that I couldn't continue to provide like that because I was doing them a disservice. You understand? I was doing them a disservice because they felt like they could come to me at any given time and receive this money, and that made them become lazy because I was the baby. So I had to push back, and this goes with some of my closest family members. I mean, I'm talking about my brothers and sisters and people of that nature. Like, I had to cut back, and they had to find a way on their own because I was doing them a disservice. They just became lazy, and just no, I can't do it for you. You got to find it out on your own. So, no, say no. You lose a relationship or a friendship over that, and it wasn't meant for you to be anywhere. So just no.
A quick T-Mac story. 20 years ago, before he bounced the basketball, dinner trip with some of the guys. We just hanging out, dinner trip. Bill was $78 and some change. My man put $80 on the table and told us to get the tip. I said, my man gonna have some money for a long time. We don't ever have to worry about it going broke. So, I mean, that's just how it is. It's just what you have to do. Just because you have money, that don't mean it belongs to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So, you gotta work just like you have to work.
First, I want to say this has been really good. I really enjoyed this. I'm an entrepreneur instructor. And one of the things I say to my students on the first day is, how many of you would like to be an entrepreneur? And all the hands go up, and then I ask, why? And they say, I want to be my own boss. I want to make lots of money. So this is what is instilled in a lot of the young adults' minds today. They think that being an entrepreneur, I'm my own boss, and I'm going to make plenty of money. So could you share with me, as far as being the boss, do you consider yourself the boss in your company? And how I can get this across to the students, like, okay, that is not a good reason to become an entrepreneur.
I don't consider myself a boss because I have a partner. So we both decide together on decisions to make and everything. So we never get into the situation where just because I'm more known in the public with the company, that I would say, we gotta do this. We both talk about it. It's called teamwork. You know what? My partner, he's from Winnehaven, Rashard Tyler. Some of you guys probably know him. He's been in a different business before promotion. He was in the music business, so he was learning a lot being a music manager. So what he does, he teaches me things as well as I teach him. If you have partners, or if you have anybody that's involved, you have to take that advice before you just say you're a boss. You have to listen, because a lot of people that go into that, I'm a boss, and make all the decisions and don't want to hear what anybody else has to say, they're going to fail. They're going to fall down, they're going to fail, because they're not listening, and they're just focused on that word. And honestly, some people like that attention. Some people just draw off of the boss attention, and they don't think about the other things that play into that. So I would say to anybody who's starting a business, whether it's washing cars to just any type of network, if you have people working for you, you got to make majority of the decisions, but you have to have that open ear before you can say you're a boss. I honestly don't even consider myself a boss. Now, Mr. Tinsley, that might be something.
Well, if my business, when I start paying somebody $20 million, then I'm a boss. I'm not a boss. Somebody's paying me $20 million. That's my boss.
And I would have to add that I would say I'm the visionary of the organization, because without my employees, it wouldn't be. And a lot of times they tell me what to do. And as far as I got lost. But as far as the money standpoint, some of my employees make more money than I do, because I'm a firm believer that you have to put into your business in order for it to grow. Now, that being said, that I have multiple businesses that equal up to what I may want to make, but that one business does not give me everything that I would like to see.
And I would just say that the term boss shouldn't be used. If you're going to look at yourself as a boss, you're not going to be successful. You speak of leadership, leader, be a leader. And a leader is the person that recognizes the skills of those that work for them or work with them and use those skills to raise everybody up. So, and it's not about obviously making money. It's about moving your business ahead. So that's the goal, moving ahead, not to try to make it all in one school. Get them to understand what business is all about, and it takes leadership, not bosses, to be successful.
How old are these kids?
They're high school.
That's actually, typically, a lot of these kids in urban communities, when you ask them that question, yes, I want to be a basketball player, football. So I'm glad that narrative changed, from your perspective, from your class. Because, every time I go and I speak to a lot of kids, it's, that's what they want to be. They feel like their way of getting out is being an athlete. So I'm glad that, a lot of these kids want to be entrepreneurs.
Very, very good. Thank you. We have a question from one of our young students here today.
Mr. McCray?
Yes.
Somebody like you knows full power. When going through the fame, basketball, going through every game, seeing the hardest time, scraping the bottom of the barrel, you don't know what else to do, possibly. How does somebody, who's young, or my age, their age, when it comes to the bottom, how do they find the willpower to possibly come back up from that?
What does it take to be number one?
One of the biggest things we all have to have in being successful in life, whatever field that is confidence, right? We all have to have self-confidence. I can remember my rookie year, and I was playing for the Toronto Raptors. It was my first year, and the first half of the season was pretty rough. So I'm coming from the best high school player in the nation, and I get to a team where my coach is hard on me from the time I walk in the door. Every day he's on me. I'm doing something wrong, right? And it was so heavy on me that I started to lose my confidence because my coach was riding me every single day. Mind you, the guys that I'm playing with I'm killing in practice, destroying them. We get to the games. We were playing against Orlando Magic. I was so excited playing against Penny, my idol. I get a steal, and I go down on the break, and I do a windmill, trying to show out. That's my guy, right? Trying to show out, it's my guy. As soon as I did that, the next dead ball, he pulls me out of the game. And I didn't play no more of that game. And I sat for like 3 or 4 games. I didn't play at all. So I'm frustrated. I didn't want to have him see that I was frustrated, but I couldn't hold it, right? So I'm losing my confidence. Now I got to make phone calls to some people that have made this jump from high school to pros that has, been through a similar situation. So I called Kobe, having conversations with him. We having these discussions every single day. And finally, having these talks that that somebody has been going through the same thing that I was going through, I started to regain my confidence. And the best move that Isaiah Thomas made, he was a great coach, he was a pretty good executive, was firing this coach. Got him up out of there. From that moment on, when he got this coach out of there, I excelled my rookie year. I mean, I had goals that the coach that took over, he gave me goals that I had to achieve to get on the court. And for an an 18-year-old to have those goals set for me. This is what I had to do if I wanted to play. The other coach, he just really didn't give me no goals. He didn't care. So I think it's just about staying within your self-confidence. I mean, that is key. Whatever you go through, you're down, you hit rock bottom, keep that confidence, man, because that is everything to you getting up out of the bottom.
Awesome, great question, man. We have time for about one or two more questions. Ma'am, you wanted to say?
Hi everyone, my name is Tarika, and I just want to speak to the entrepreneurs in the room. Don't be afraid to start your business if you don't have money. One thing that I learned when I started my business, I own the Credit Repair Supermarket and Millennium Consulting Group. Learn to exchange goods for services. So just like if you're needed a photo shoot, I would say, hey, I'll repair your credit for free. There goes one cost right there. Say that you need someone to do your business cards for you. Exchange your services so that it doesn't cost that much money for you to start your business. And also another thing for your business credit, I know you talk about capital and a lot of stuff. A lot of people can't get capital right offhand. So what you can do, you can start off building your business credit. And that's very easy to do. You need your EIN, you need your website, you need an address, you need your Duns and Bradstreet. Once you get that information, you start your net 30 accounts. Then you can start building business credit. And then after you build your business credit, then you can work into getting the capital that you need. But don't be afraid if you do not have money to start your business.
We have time for one more. Perfect, one more question. How you doing, young man?
Hello, my name is Juan Rodriguez, currently a junior at Florida Applied State University. I'm currently also a business person. I'm 19 years old. If you guys look up collegecard.org online, that's my company and my friend's company. Basically Uber, but for college students, made by students for students. So my question to you guys is, what advice would you give younger people that are trying to create and own their own company, but are overlooked and not trusted by bigger companies just because of their age and experience?
You want to grab that one?
One of the neat things about this panel is everyone got introduced, started coaching at 20. Mayor, city commissioner, 19 and 20. Denisha, you suggested early on. Melanie, and I know Eric, can't remember how many years you suggested you were coaching. But that's the one thing that all of us, I think, on the panel, we all really got started early. And so I think the idea as to how you're overlooked, I think it just comes into the total package of what you present, what your product is, what your competition is. I think you need to know what your competition is too. The public's, the customer service side of it, how interested and then how determined are you. But then at the same time as to where you suggest that maybe you're overlooked on the finance or by the others if you're trying to get into, buy into maybe your company. You have to really do that soul search as to where are you in the right company? Are you in the right market? Do you have the right brand? Is there somebody else out there that's kind of doing something similar? How can you improve that? And I'll yield to anyone else on the panel.
I'll just say that you're in business now, right? And you just do a great job, build a resume, you know, your history of being successful, of paying your bills, and growing your business will carry you to that next step, wherever that next step may be. But just do a great job of what you're doing now. Get as many quotes or references from the people that you deal with to build that resume book, and you know, keep that in check when you get ready to move to the next step.
All right, great.
Dexter Brown, Quality Uniform Solutions. One of the shortest, quickest, easiest books I've ever read. Who Moved My Cheese? Very to the point, loved it. But I want to know from the entire panel, what is the last book or continuing education type format or periodical like Fast Company? What are you reading and why?
There's a book called Extreme Ownership. It's a great book on a Navy SEAL. He was in battle and he went through a lot of things.
Extreme Ownership, Navy SEAL.
And it's a great book because it opens up your eyes to the little things that we don't take responsibility for. Jocko Willink. And then I like John Maxwell has a great book. I think it's called 100 Questions Every Leader Should Ask, or Questions Great Leaders Ask. I think it's a really, really good book because he doesn't just give answers, he talks about how he arrived on those answers. And then every single morning get into the Bible.
Just finished the book about the young lady that there was a, matter of fact, you can pull it up on YouTube, but the homeless to Harvard. It's a great story.
Well, I was going to suggest the John Maxwell book also. I just finished that. A friend of mine gave it to me, and actually I gave it to my daughter to read because she's the one who started a small business, and it gives you all, it answers your questions as you go through that. So I would suggest to read it.
I read several books. And every week I read a different book, whether it's spiritual books, back of the line, Joyce Myers, yes, and John Maxwell, also the whole Bible. Never will lead you wrong.
I'm reading my wife's book, Push Through. So, number one. So, make sure you go pick that up. Push through, so go pick that up. Number one seller on Amazon.
Look, and I'm reading, or have read the latest book, and they call it The Determined Entrepreneur by Jim Breezy.
The Determined Entrepreneur, Jim Breezy.
I'm not a huge reader, but Nanisha took the word, book reader, but Nanisha took the words right out of my mouth. I don't read it enough, and that's something that I'm trying to do better at, but the one that I'm following the most is the Bible. So.
Amen.
Yes, I'm not a huge reader as well. With the technology that we have out now, I like to piggyback off what my man said, the coach for South Michigan. I study everything on YouTube.
All right. So, unfortunately, that is a wrap. We would thank you so much, all of our panelists. Thank you for all your time. Everyone in the room, before you leave, just a couple points that of emphasis that I took down that I just want to make sure that you guys took. No doesn't mean that you're not going to be successful, right? Failure is many times the beginning for you to continue to grow and exceed. There's access to tons of resources at the Small Business Association, many additional access to crowdsourcing and funding. We also have the PIN network. Your brand, starts with you. Be sure to communicate your why and who you are and why you're in business to your customers. Be cognizant of your social media footprint and who you are online. Raising money, don't be afraid to start with your friends and family, but be mindful that when you do get to the money, they are going to come back with their ready for you. So, continue to work hard. Relationship marketing is essential, and understanding the relationship your brand has with your customers and your consumers, and market to those things. And find resources that are not always the traditional forms like we have here today. YouTube, TED Talks, finding mentors and someone to help you out. Don't be afraid. One thing I've learned in my entrepreneurship days, people tell you, I got this idea, don't share it. Everywhere I go, every person I meet, I share my why and I share my dream and my vision. I'm never afraid of it. because I understand who I am. Like Coach Marks referred to having those blinders on. Many great ideas. I don't mind sharing my idea. But will that person have the commitment, the determination to follow through and execute? All right. Thank you. That concludes. Appreciate you guys so much. I'm sorry, 1 second. Mr. Brandon Giles himself.
Wow, so great session. I really appreciate all of you coming out, giving your attention to this panel. And I'd like to personally thank each and every one of you on the panel. We really appreciate it. Really quick, and also another special guest, Mr. Otis Birdsong. We appreciate you coming out. But really quick, just quick 2 minutes. Really cool organization that's moving here into the community. The Lakeland Magic. To me, it's a big deal for Polk County. So just really quick, I wanted to bring up Vice President of Sales, Mike Rodriguez, just to tell you a little bit about what they got going on.
I mean, not to be the one to hold you guys from me. But really quickly, I just wanted to, on behalf of the Lakeland Magic, and really the Orlando Magic organization, there's something pretty special coming to Polk County that I think we all should be really proud of. The NBA G League is growing at an exponential rate, and the fact that there's a G League team in Florida for the very first time, let alone that team is here in Polk County, is a very big deal. When we talked about all... G League? Yep. See, exactly. Yeah, it's just, Gatorade is just signed on as the new. I don't know. See, we learned something new today. Yeah, so the NBA Development League has always been known as the D League, and Gatorade, which again lends towards why this is such a big deal, Gatorade has just signed as the national naming rights partner of the G League. And so everything that was just talked about today, one thing I want to share, I'm not up here trying to sell tickets or do anything, I wanted to share that we are a startup business, right? All the things that were talked about today. I look at the people in the room, Jimmy Missouri from Kathleen High School, our ticket sales manager. We're building a culture, we're starting this from scratch. But we're doing it with the best practices of the NBA and the Orlando Magic, a place that Tracy comes from, but we're trying to do it in a way that's different and special and a way that cares about the community. So I come up here just talking about the team and hopeful that you all support this new NBA team coming to Polk County. 7 months ago, Commissioner Bell, we sat in the audience and talked about the announcement of this team, and now in 4 months, opening night, starts a brand new team in the Polk County community. So I just ask for your support, and I also want to say thank you to all the panelists. We have a gift on behalf of the Lakeland Magic to this organization, and thank you, Giles, for the opportunity, and thank you, Tracy, for being here today.
Brandon, if I may, on behalf of the City of Auburndale and our mayor and city commission, Tracy, you had made a comment about your representation of your family, your representation of your brands, Adidas, and the teams that you played for. But I want to thank you on behalf of the City of Auburndale for the representation that you've always given to the City of Auburndale. Welcome home.
All right, so that does conclude things. And if you want to catch some dessert on your way out, there are dessert plates. There's a lot of it, so have at it. And we appreciate you guys. Thank you.
is it? That was all of that.
Very inspiring.
Let's roll back. Let me go outside and take some of that. I'll hear real quick. I'll be right back. That's
Well, did I tell you too? Dang it, I already lost it. Oh, this is our last
there you go.
All right. Are you retired Army?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Say bye, babe. Tell them bye.